The crystal is shaped like that, and this is a real crystal that is shaped like this. Trapezoidal, and it reflects light. Now I really can't show it to you because I don't have every aspect of light, but this is how a crystal reflects the different wavelengths of light, from white light to lifelike light, with the multitude of different rays as in a prism. That is the reason because Christ sits upon the mercy seat in the sea of glass. And because this is the only design on any of the bills, any portion of the $1 bills, as a sea of glass, this represents the sea of glass as spoken about in Revelation. I believe it's 4:6. The throne, and sets before the throne in a sea of glass. I could be mistaken about that, ladies and gentlemen. I make a lot of mistakes. Moving past that, moving into the next level of pictography. If you'll notice, I placed a pyramid around the parameter or base of the $1 bill, because there is a pyramid on the $1 bill. And in case any of you missed the pyramid on the $1 bill, that's a pyramid on the $1 bill. Now, all of these things you understand because you understand English. But in pictography, if you didn't understand the words, everybody in a world would understand the cross represents Christ, the knives represent the piercing of Christ. I made a pyramid over the base of the $1 bill because the pyramid precedes the Lord God Christ. If this, you read from left to right, and this is America. So when you're reading from left to right in America, you read the angels that protect the Great Pyramid for some reason that I'm going to tell you in a moment, are also the protectorants of the Lord God on the mercy seat. And however, they also protect the United States of America and or the entity that I perceive to be Luciferian in nature, but is just a depiction of the gods that have ruled this earth for millions of years, tens of thousands of years, and certainly since the Great Pyramid existed 7,000 years ago. So, the pyramid is at the base, above the base of the $1 bill, because the pyramid is on the $1 bill. And now, let me explain to you why the pyramid is on the $1 bill. The pyramid is on the $1 bill because the pyramid represents a timeline of the beginning of the $1 bill. Now, when you say, what does that mean? Well, the pyramid predates Christ, who is the number one. Let's say Christ represents one God. The pyramid predates it because it's before that. Why does the pyramid predate Christ? The pyramid predates Christ because the pyramid was the first entity similar to that of the Ark of the Covenant, which is the entire green side of the $1 bill. The storyline is the pyramid is the first Ark of the Covenant given to the Egyptians. The Ark of the Covenant was given to the Israelites, and then the Ark of the Covenant was given to the United States of America in the form of a pictograph on the reverse of the $1 bill. Now this is a little bit complex for the average human mind, so I'll talk slow. The pyramid predated Christ. It's on the left-hand side. Christ is in the center a few thousand years after the pyramid. And then you have the United States. These represent the three kingdoms of this world in pictography. I'll say it slow. These represent the three kingdoms of the world in pictography. However, the entire three kingdoms set upon and within the Ark of the Covenant. Now at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I should tell you that by this time Steven Spielberg should be asking me to dinner in Paris, France, because I have created the most complex story that has ever been written and ever depicted on video or literature in the entire world. located, of course, you know it and I know it, in my book, Angels on the Ark by Michael Fazio. This storyline that I am briefly describing with all the pictographs and the understanding and knowledge is all contained within my book, Angels on the Ark by Michael Fazio. Steven Spielberg should have been calling me months ago, but there is a conspiracy in this world to keep this knowledge from the puny minds of us human beings because, ladies and gentlemen, whether or not you like it, they are getting to wipe us off the face of the earth. They're going to kill us via nuclear fallout, nuclear radiation, nuclear dust, nuclear catastrophes, you name it. I have predicted for years that they will kill us with nuclear catastrophes. I predicted that Obama would be in charge of the United States of America when we had not one but two nuclear catastrophes. All of my predictions came true. I predicted that on the day of 11/9/11 there would be a nuclear catastrophe, and there was, ladies and gentlemen. And I predicted this months ago, I predicted it years ago, and I predicted it last week in a video. There would be a nuclear catastrophe on 11/9/11, and there was. In the Midwest, 17 men were radiated when someone opened up a canister of plutonium by accident. It doesn't matter that it wasn't a global thing. It matters that 17 men were poisoned by radiation. And moving onward and past that, Putin, the Russian president, on 11/9/11 also had a catastrophe, a catastrophic fit, because the United States and Israel want to invade Iran, which is absolute bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. The only reason why they want to invade Iran is because they want to keep making bullets and bombs, and they want you to pay for them, so you're too busy to notice that they're screwing you. They want a war so that the bankers can take over this world and you end up as human slaves. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's just not going to happen on this end of the stick. They know it, I know it, and now you know it. It's just not going to happen. And I want you to remember something, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to remember to pay your taxes so that we, the people that can't afford to pay their taxes anymore, know that you're out there for us paying your taxes so that we, the people who don't work anymore, don't have to worry about them buying enough bullets and bombs. And that didn't mean to get sidetracked there, but it's a touchy subject. Anyway, moving on. Again, the crystal refracts the light, and then this little diode that controls the music on my computer is the light that goes into the crystal and is refracted into living light, I call it. Now, on the right-hand side of the pyramid is the eagle. The eagle represents the phoenix, because you can only have so many different types of icons on the $1 bill, and being that there is a pyramid, there's an eagle, well, the eagle could be a phoenix. I don't know if you can make the connection between the two, but I do. So this eagle is associated with the pyramid that is in gold, and the eagle sets upon the $1 bill opposite the pyramid. This is the part of the story of pictographs that I have created for you, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, to the left of the light is, I call this Mike's World, because I created this. I am the person that created this through the use of artistic means and my knowledge of pictography, iconology, and of course several other different forms of knowledge that I have spoken about to you on different occasions, and in theory moves far beyond that of a simple carpenter. But for the time being, let us just say that my knowledge supersedes that of a great deal many people because of this license. It's an A&P license that would cost you approximately $60,000 to get, and when I was this age, this is me, I received this license, which allows me to give you a dissertation about pictography. And in the process of getting that license, I started to learn how to utilize these tools in the aircraft industry. These are tools that do mechanical drafting with. These tools are the tools I used as a jet mechanic to modify things on the A10A. It wasn't so much those tools, but the tools that I am going to show you in a moment when I was building the A10A that we actually did the different modifications with. But those were the tools that you would draw the modifications with, and these were the tools that you would make the measurements to make the modifications to the parts of the aircraft that needed to be modified. And then you would use a third set of tools, which you will see in segment number 3, because this video is about the end of segment number 2. So ladies and gentlemen, I will show you this picture until we move into segment number 2 and tell you that this picture is the most important picture and the most complex pictograph that you have ever seen in your life. I will say it again. What you see before your eyes is the most complex pictograph of any picture that has ever existed on this planet. It wasn't made by men. It wasn't made by human beings. It wasn't made in 1934, and it probably wasn't made 7,000 years ago. It could be millions and millions of years old. Because of the complexity and the nature of this pictograph, I can tell you